Invisibility shield deactivated.
I'm glad you're back, superheroes. Let's talk about what you saw in the evil lair today. Did Dr. D come up with the way to attack Hero Headquarters? Did Dr. D create a machine that is coming to attack us? What's that sound? Does Dr. D have some kind of army? I know that Dr. D and Poof couldn't have gotten together an army of people this quickly. That must mean they made an army of clones. I know the perfect hero to deploy. Here's our newest addition to the team. His parents weren't superheroes, and his job before this was selling snow cones at the soccer fields. But even though he may not seem qualified, Sonic Sonar is perfect for this job. He may be the smallest superhero ever, but his sonar scream can pierce the ears of any clone. I'll deploy him now.
Error. Sonic Sonar has not deployed. His vital sign readings are showing a heightened sense of fear and anxiety.
I know exactly what this is from. Sonic Sonar probably doesn't realize that with God's power, he can be a leader. It can be a scary thing for one person to go up against thousands of villains. Iris, open the story in this file and link it to Sonic Sonar's telecam screen. He needs to see this story as much as the rest of us do.
All systems are a go. This story is one that Sonic Sonar's parents taught him as a young boy. Retrieving file.
Hey Sonic, I know that sometimes you're afraid, but I want you to know that God's power in you makes you a leader. There's a story you need to know about a man who was afraid to lead too. His name was Gideon. I'm going to use this little guy. He's going to be Gideon, okay? So God chose Gideon to be the leader of his people, the Israelites. They had forgotten all the great things that God had done for them. They became afraid of a group of people called the Midianites. And let's use all these people right here as the Midianites. That's going to be our Midianite people. So the Midianites were taking all of their food supplies, all the Israelites' food supplies, and Gideon was hiding from the Midianites while threshing some wheat for grain to make bread, kind of like he was making bread, right? And so he was making bread, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an angel appeared to him with a message from God. The angel said, "God is with you, mighty warrior. God has chosen you to be the leader of his people." God promised Gideon that he would help him lead the people. Before long, Gideon had an army of 10,000 men. So let's take give me all these men. Can you give me all the men? Because all the ones by your arms. Yeah, too. So give me all these. So he had 10,000 men. Perfect. Yeah, these are all the men. But God told Gideon, "You don't need this many soldiers. I'll test them and tell you which ones can go with you." So Gideon took his men down to the river to get a drink of water, and I'll give them to you to represent. They're going down to the water. Now, most of the men got down on their knees to drink the water like this. So let's get down on our knees, okay? And let's pretend like we're drinking the water. Yeah. Yep. But 300 of the men, and I'm going to take a couple of these guys to represent the 300. Yeah, give me one more for 300. Yeah, perfect. But 300 of the men scooped up the water in their hands like this. So watch me, and we can do it together. So yeah, this is really important because these men showed Gideon that they were alert and ready for anything. They were the men that Gideon chose to lead as his army. Gideon's army had 300 men, okay? And the Midianites had thousands of men. Do you think that just 300 men could beat thousands in a battle? Yeah, I bet it was really hard, but Gideon was not afraid. God's power gave him the courage he needed to lead the men straight to the Midian camp at night. Gideon gave each man a trumpet and a clay jar. So he gave him a trumpet and he gave him a clay jar that had a torch inside it. And when he gave the signal, the men broke the jars, threw them down the ground, and they blew the trumpets. And the loud noise and the bright light scared the Midianites so bad that they ran away in every direction. Here, help me move all of them out of the direction. They went, we're done, So Gideon had done it. He led his people and was not afraid because God's power in him made him a leader.
Excellent. Let's see if this reminder of God's power triggered Sonic Sonar's call to lead. Iris, do you have a report?
Yes, sir. Sonic Sonar has now deployed to fight against the clones.
Sweet victory. I'm glad he decided to rely on God's power in him to defeat the villains. Now, I must go to put up our window reinforcements. Sonic Sonar screams have been known to break our windows. Good work today, heroes. Until your next mission, remember that God's Spirit is in you and is more powerful than the one that's in the world. Now go and be victorious.